New for 2023, this is the brand new Gucci Éternité de Beauté Foundation. Their first liquid foundation in nearly 3 years, this lightweight, 24-hour wear, no transfer, breathable foundation promises to deliver full coverage in just a single drop. Mask-proof, sweat-proof. The Éternité de Beauté says it can stay all day no matter how you play. And today, we're doing a deep dive on this. First, we're going to swatch it. Let's see if it color matches and if it oxidizes down at all. Then we're going to try it on, test how it blends, how it covers, and what it feels like when it's applied. Finally, we're going to take this foundation for a spin. That's right, guys. I'm going to break rule number 1 and wear makeup to the gym. We're going to see if this can withstand a hard workout. And make sure you stay tuned to the end of this video because I'm going to be giving you some important tips, tricks, and hidden Easter eggs that you're going to need to know before you use this product. All right, guys, let's get started. This is it right here. What I like about it is that it's got the glass component. It feels very luxe, but this is made in Korea and not Italy like most of their products. Does this make it K-beauty? Right? Funny. Okay, there is a SPF of 15 in this product and it is very full coverage and waterproof. So if you are prone to breakouts, I would recommend that you swatch this and test it out before use. What I love about this is their pump. It's beautiful. So this is one pump of foundation. I'm just gonna swatch this for you guys. This is very liquidy. You've got a lot of slip to it. It's very beautiful and you can see super full coverage. I super love that. That's a stunning coverage. So this, as you can see, it's oxidizing down on the perimeter of my hand just a little bit. Be aware of that when you are placing it onto your skin. Make sure you blend it really good into your hairline, get your ears and down your neck. But keep in mind this is waterproof and very hard to get off. So you have to go in and triple cleanse. This is color matching me well. There are 40 shades in the collection, so there's guaranteed to be a shade that will match you. This is a very liquidy foundation, so my suggestion is to go in with a brush and not use a sponge because the sponge would soak up the foundation. And then of course you're not going to get as much coverage with one pump like it's suggesting that you use. We're going to use a brush today and I've got this one right here, the Makeup by Mario. This is part of the Sephora collection. This is a fabulous brush. Like all of his brushes are amazing, but I just happened to grab this one. So we're going to use this one. I'm just going to tap into this. I just want a little bit on the brush. Just a little bit to start. I'm going to start by going into the center of my face and then working outwards. So we're just going to tap a little bit. Oh, that is full coverage. Holy smokes. Okay. That is some coverage. Wow, this is potent. Okay, so if you guys are not a huge fan of scent the way I am, you're going to hate this product. This smells exactly like their perfume, just dialed back a little bit more. Don't get me wrong, I love the perfume. I think it's beautiful. It's very floral, but this is insane. For a foundation, it's like the Huda Beauty powder, but like way more intense. It's just really intense. Okay, well, maybe starting in the center of my face wasn't the best idea. This is a gorgeous finish. Like, it's really just blending out beautifully. Considering I'm still blending, and I just went in with like a half a dip on my brush, I'm actually really impressed. Maybe one pump would work for the whole face. Let's go in with a little bit more. So I'm just going to pick that up, and I'm just going to start doing big circular motions to blend that out. The coverage is beautiful. I'm going to go in over top of my eyelids just to get that coverage under my eyes. Given that this stinks to high heaven, like, I mean, the intense floral perfumey scent is just a lot. Like, I mean, there's like a Too Faced blush, which kind of bugs me a little bit. This is intense. It's quite intense. The finish, that's unbelievable. It's gorgeous. Like, I'm blown away, impressed. Now, I feel like we've gone in and used the one dot of product, the one pump. It's really pretty, but for me personally, I would want just a little bit more coverage right here. I could get that with concealer, but I'm just testing out this product right now, so I don't want to go in with concealer. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on a little bit more product because I just want a little bit more coverage right here. I want to see what that looks like. So we're just going to give this a good shake. Of course, I can't do half a pump, so we have to just do one pump. I'm definitely not going to use that. I'm just going to tap into it just a little. I have a tiny bit on my brush, barely touch that. We're just going to go in under the eyes, right here. Wherever I have redness, especially right here, that hyperpigmentation spot. I feel like I'll need a little bit more on my forehead as well. I'm just going to blend that out. I just want to see how this builds. I mean, it's saying it's full coverage. It's beautiful. Definitely is full coverage. But can this build? The results are in. This builds beautifully. I'm impressed, like very impressed. Now I have zero concealer on my face. I don't have any primer on my face. I did go in with a clean canvas to apply this. I'm super, super impressed. Like this, wow, this is dried down completely. I have no powder on my face. It's not tacky. Like, it is not tacky at all. It does say you can go in and set it with the Gucci setting powder, but I'm not going to do that. I just kind of want to see how this wears on its own, because this is unbelievable. Like, this is totally dried down to like a no budge consistency, and I've got zero powder on my face, which is unheard of in this industry. Like, this is a really pretty formula. Like, it's just magic. This is very tightening on the face. I've had it on for about 15 minutes and I feel like it's kind of uplifting and tightening. It's kind of got this drying feeling, especially around my eyes, and right here it just kind of feels like it's pulling upwards, which is great. You want that instant facelift effect. Someone with super oily skin, I'm curious if you guys could write to me and let me know if you tried this out. I'm really curious about that. I have dry, sensitive skin. This looks stunning. It's not giving me dryness. It's not giving me pores. It's very blurring. I like that about this product. But the drying aspect, especially around sensitive skin like my eyes, that's kind of bugging me a little bit right now. This foundation has the hyaluronic acid in it and the oils. So honestly, the fact that it's kind of drying like that is kind of interesting. But that could be due to the bamboo powder in the mixture, which I honestly haven't seen in a formula before. The coverage on this is absolutely stunning. The finish is beautiful, but the whole drying factor, interesting concept. I'm starting to get used to it, but it's just right here, it feels really weird. As promised, we're going to take this to the gym and we're going to test out if it's actually mask proof, sweat proof, and budge proof.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame.
Alright, so I've been working out really hard for an hour, and of course it's not mask proof. You can see right there on the bridge of my nose, it did rub off. Everywhere else looks amazing. Like, I didn't even break a sweat, but trust me, I did. Didn't lose 40 pounds without breaking a sweat. This is it. Before you buy this, there are a couple things that you need to know. Definitely triple cleanse. This is very waterproof. It is hard to get off. At the end of the night when I was testing this out for you guys, I had to triple cleanse. I went in with a micellar water and a makeup wipe, and then I went in and that still didn't remove everything. I was actually shocked, which is great. If you're looking for that full coverage all day wear, 100%, you've got it. But then I went in and I did a full foam cleanse, still didn't remove everything. So again, I had to go in with an electric brush just to kind of get off any more of that makeup, dead skin cells. Whole thing, triple cleanse, then you're going to fully remove that makeup. Now remember, if you did put it on your ears, also triple cleanse on those ears as well. Anywhere that you applied this, triple cleanse. Let's talk about the scent in this product. It's definitely one I'm not a huge fan of, but on a scale of 1 to 10, if you look at the Too Faced blush, wasn't a big fan of that scent either. I would say that's a 3, and this is definitely more of an 8. Like, it's higher up there, it's more intense, but it does fade once it's on your skin after about 20 to 30 minutes. So it's not terrible. You can get over it. I got over it. I actually really do like this product. It's really, really beautiful. It gives a beautiful finish to the skin. Again, I have no primer on, but I have tested it with primer. Again, gorgeous results. I would recommend it if you're looking for something that is like an all day wear sort of a vibe. Full coverage, it's amazing. It doesn't budge terribly much, especially if you're wearing glasses. That didn't give me a problem, but the mask totally did. Because I was working out. Like, I was hardcore working out, so that mask is tight on the bridge of your nose. but glasses did not budge. Love that. This is definitely not one of those everyday sort of foundations. It's not one I would recommend for an everyday kind of a use. I would, however, add it maybe here and here just to give full coverage to a foundation if you're gonna go with this as an everyday foundation. But if you're looking for one of those special occasion foundations that's full coverage, it's not gonna budge, and you're gonna look amazing all day, like a wedding or an evening or a night out on the town, dancing, yes girl, like this is the one I would recommend for you. It is amazing. So if you love this video, definitely check out my latest. All right guys, until next time, live, love, and lip gloss.